bout in the Twin Cities will earn a boxer about $250. And although Johnson will take home a bit more than that for his 8-round main eventer, the payoff seems hardly worth it, except to Johnson.
I enjoy the companionship of the competitors. You know, the guys that are getting out there and boxing each other, and when it's over, you're slapping each other on the back and laughing. You know, it's not winning that's important; it's trying to win.
All right. All right.
This fight's important to me because it's a big fight. You lose this fight, you know, at my age, I can't afford to lose too many.
All right.
24 hours later, on July 29th, Paul Johnson and his wife Diane survey the setting for his first main event.
Okay, 22. On the railing on this side.
The Bellray Ballroom is not Madison Square Garden. Mounds View, Minnesota is not New York or Las Vegas, and the fight fans certainly don't appear to be your colorful underworld types. Howard Cosell is nowhere in sight. What is seen are young fighters from Nebraska, Brainerd, and Rochester, fitted with new nicknames like Young Rocky, Big Bear, Hurricane, and Lean Mean.
That's the one.
Yep, the fellow who relates boxing to art and wears a floppy Irish hat is dubbed Lean Mean Johnson. Clear the Bellray dance floor, Whoopie John Wilfart. This Wednesday night, 32-year-old Paul Johnson of St. Paul vows to whip Chuck Kid Polak Daskowitz of Minneapolis for the second time, to knock him out for the sake of sport, art, and himself.
151 pounds. Paul. You're waiting too long. Come on,
I realized something from that fight, and maybe I'm very stupid, and I got a lot to learn. At the end of the 8th round, I thought I was in control, and I found out I knew nothing. I've given a lot of thought to boxing and what it means and where it is now and where it's going. And I've decided to become a sumo wrestler. It used to be, you know, when I was boxing, things were going good. I had a winning streak going. You know, I'd hold up this fist like this, and people would actually tremble in their boots. And now I hold this fist up, and there's just laughter. Violence, to me, is illegal. Violence is something that's done against somebody else's wishes. And to say that boxing is all about violence and blood is like saying that ballet is a bunch of people jumping around on the floor. There's a lot more to it than that.
Paul Johnson is back in the gym training for that next fight. As I slide into my mid-30s, I've got to wish him luck. TV, like boxing, is a young man's sport. Next on Sunday Extra, we find the best breakfast bargain in town, and it isn't packed in a styrofoam pod.
Phillips Trop Arctic Motor Oil is
hot, cold protection and everything in between.
You know, Trop Arctic can help keep your engine parts this clean between oil changes, and that's important.
Hot, cold protection and everything in between.
Peace of mind in warm weather or cold weather. Trop Arctic does it all. Clean engine parts and all-weather protection. You can't beat that.
Hot, cold protection and everything in between.
Trop Arctic Motor Oil.
It's a special talent to put something all together and get it just right. And that's what Old Milwaukee did. We got the taste of light beer right.
We got it right.
We gave Old Milwaukee Light the real beer taste you've been missing in other lights and kept it less filling.
We got it right.
So now you can have your light beer and taste it too.
We got it right. We got it right. Old Milwaukee. Got light right.
Rattle, rattle, thunder, clatter, boom, boom, boom.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
You know, it's real easy to get a CarX muffler installed. We'll do it while you wait. And before we do it, we'll show you the parts that need fixing and the parts that don't. The ones that do, we'll fix. The ones that don't, we won't. I'm a poet.
Rattle, rattle, thunder, clatter, boom, boom, boom.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
These are tough times we keep hearing. Inflation is killing us. Why, it's getting so a fella can't earn himself enough to buy a cup of coffee these days. And so we all go out every day, an army of bargain hunters looking for a good deal, trying to save a few bucks. But you want to know something funny? The best deal around can be found in a place you'd never go looking for it. The best deal in town can be found in Edina. Cadillacs, caviar, and country clubs are more the stuff of Edina than bargains and good deals. This is, after all, where the properly preppy, the powerful, and the posh come to live. And they didn't come here looking for a good deal. Nope, they came for the privilege of paying more for everything than anybody else. But there it is, right in the middle of this moneyed metropolis, the best deal around, a little bit of hitting in downtown Edina. At Clancy's Drug, you can saddle up to the counter, smack your lips, pat your wallet, and settle back for a breakfast of 2 country fresh eggs, 2 strips of bacon, and 2 pieces of toast, whole wheat or white, and all for the meager price of 79 cents. Not 99, not 89, but 79 cents. And that will get you as good a breakfast as you'll find anywhere. And to wash it all down, a bottomless cup of coffee for just 35 cents. Grand total, $1.14. But it's not just the bargain breakfast that brings these folks to Clancy's day after day. It's that little bit of hitting in Edina I was talking about. That oasis of small-town atmosphere.
Well, people are very friendly and they chat with each other. It's like a small-town atmosphere in a way.
Yes, it is the best in the West and also the East.
What makes it the best?
The quality of the food. Or the price is secondary.
The price is secondary?
The price is secondary, yes.
Service, price, and pleasantness.
There's a lot of pleasantness here.
Right. Absolutely. One of the best places to come and have and enjoy a marvelous breakfast, and you can't beat the price.
I've been coming down here for breakfast 6 mornings a week for 2.5 years.
And you'd come for 7 if it was open on Sunday,
Well, I'd come on Sundays too, sure. And I usually come down for evening senior citizens dinner.
I just enjoy it. It gets me out of the house in the morning. I only live over a couple blocks, so it's a nice walk.
And the waitresses at Clancy's would gladly walk a mile in return, carrying 150 breakfast specials a day across that linoleum floor. Hilma Jordan has been serving Clancy's customers for 23 years, and from her vantage point, Edina looks like a different town.
Just one of those communities where everybody knows everybody, and it seems like one of those places that's few and far between nowadays.
Judy Hayes has been here for 7 years, and she too believes Edina's reputation as a snobby, rich town is all wrong.
Well, I think that's just a stigma, really. Because most of the people that live in Edina are just like anybody else. They're trying to make a living, and sometimes they do it, and then other times they don't.
So if you're looking for a good old-fashioned home-cooked meal in a down-home atmosphere, why, just come to where else but Edina.
And how would you like those eggs? Sunny side up. Okay. White or whole wheat toast? Whole wheat, please.
There's a little seafood lover in all of us.
Come on in and let us satisfy that seafood lover in you. We'll give you all you're looking for with everything we do.
Seafood prepared for people who love it, by people who love it. Now, that's Red Lobster.
Everything we do is for the seafood lover in you. Red Lobster for the seafood lover in you.
Today, I'm here with an average all-American kid to demonstrate how anyone can use an Apple personal computer to be more productive.
Here's a program I designed to track the values of foreign currencies.
How childlike.
And my Apple's tapped into Dow Jones.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Well, for fun, I'm into real estate.
Suppose you ever considered playing baseball? Or...
Oh, sure. Want to see who's going to win the World Series?
Yeah. Let me see that.
Apple, the personal computer.
The country's moving again. This year, more than 25 million people will move, and that creates a real opportunity for a career in real estate. Realty World provides expert training, plus exclusive RealFlex financing alternatives to help you build a profitable career. The country's on the move again. Share in the opportunity with Realty World. Think of the commission on this place.
For more information, contact your nearest Realty World broker.
Your friend and mine, Sunday Soapbox, took to the streets again this week and landed at the feet of some pretty interesting people again. On a dreary and rainy Friday afternoon, Twin Cityans sought shelter in St. Paul's splendid town square, and they found the box waiting for them.
There's no parking there, and the first time that somebody has an accident and has to get to Hennepin County Center, there are going to be plenty of lawsuits because they're not going to be able to get through that crowd.
I think it's too bad that every time I come down here shopping, I have to worry about somebody taking my purse or carrying large amounts of cash or credit cards. Because as I look around, I see somebody strange looking at me strangely on the elevator like he's going to take my purse.
I want to bitch about the people in Brainerd trying to close Brainerd International Racetrack down. I think it should stay going and be kept open. It's a really great place.
I think it's sick that Mounds Park Junior High School is closed.
Speaking of sick things, I think that the U.S.'s attempt to build a neutron bomb is really sick.
That women who work at home are often not credited with working. We have phrases like non-working wife, non-working women. I want to say that I think people that work at home, women or men, are sometimes doing some of the hardest work, and they don't get economic credit, and they often don't get other credit.
I'd like to say that dark hair and dark skin doesn't mean a bad guy.
The foreign people can come to this country, get grants, get free schooling, welfare, and everything like that, whereas people that live and work hard around here can't get these things. It's almost impossible unless you're really badly handicapped or something like that, but I'd like to know why is it that way that America makes a living for others so much easier than it does for the people here at home?
I think the way prices are going up, I think that's real stupid. By the time we grow up, we ain't gonna have nothing. Right now, our moms and dads work so hard and they don't get nothing. They hardly get anything. Most of it goes to bills.
I'd like to say something about the royal wedding. They spend so much money on that and none for the people who don't have jobs. And that's why there's so much rioting.
I think that Camp Ripley should be open to all hunters for bow hunting without having to sign up.
Why Reagan is cutting back all the handicapped school funds for? Pretty out.
Hi, I'm a concerned citizen of the Twin Cities, and I think we should keep an eye on our senior citizens walking through the parks and keep a close eye for muggings.
Everyone can know Jesus Christ personally. Praise the Lord.
I think being engaged for long periods of time is bad for your health, and I hope my fiancé is listening.
And we hope he's listening too, ma'am. In fact, we hope everyone is listening very carefully, because when we return, history will be made as Sunday Extra unveils the first ever newspaper critic on Twin Cities TV.
This is California wine country, where many of America's finest wines are born. The wine country isn't far from San Francisco, so naturally, San Franciscans really know their wines. And the white wine they drink most is Almaden Mountain Chablis. In fact, they buy more Almaden Mountain Chablis than Taylor California Cellars and Inglenook Naval Chablis combined. Why? Pour yourself a glass of Almaden Mountain Chablis. You'll find out.
It took 5 years to fill this little bottle. It had to contain an unprecedented face makeup to give exquisitely smooth coverage while moisturizing, while giving breathing space to your skin. Advanced formula makeup, only from Ultima 2.
5 years in the making, and not a moment wasted. Just gorgeous. You'll see.
Get the beautiful Bordeaux case, yours just $8.50 with any $7.50 Ultima 2 purchase at Donaldson's.
Until you come to Video Plus, you'll never know what big screen TV is all about.
That's because we're the first store in the Twin Cities to have Advent, Panasonic, and other big screen TVs in spacious room settings.
We've been involved with big screen TV since the very beginning, and we're Advent's largest Midwest dealer.
We also have the best video cassette recorders, color cameras, and very sophisticated video games.
Newspaper people spend a lot of time writing about television, but television people spend almost no time talking about newspapers. Well, we on Sunday Extra think it's time to balance things out a little bit, so we've asked Michael Boyle to take on a new assignment with Sunday Extra as a newspaper critic. Welcome to Sunday Extra.
Good to be here, Steve
Thanks
Sanger.
for joining us, Michael Boyle. I know you don't want to talk about yourself, so just a brief intro for the folks at home. 20 years in the business as a reporter, an anchor, a news director, and of course more recently a host on another magazine show in the Twin Cities. I believe it was on that public television station.
No comment, Steve.
No comment on that. That's the last time we want to hear you say no comment, because of course you're here to comment about the newspapers. What's on your mind tonight?
The news and the weather, Steve.
But we just had the news and the weather.
No. I mean some different news and weather. The news and weather that I want to talk about happened on the 3rd of August when KSTP meteorologist Dennis Falcon, using Channel 5's new Doppler radar technology, accurately advised viewers of the existence of tornado funnel clouds near St. Croix Falls, Wisconsin. That was a full 21 minutes before the National Weather Service confirmed a tornado touchdown. Now, by any journalistic standards, that would have to be considered a scoop, as well as graphic evidence that the $150,000 plus investment in Doppler radar by KSTP had indeed paid off. But the article on the front page of the Minneapolis Tribune Entertainment section today by TV critic M. Howard Gelfand seems to suggest that Doppler radar is, in Gelfand's words, a $160,000 gizmo, purchased by KSTP for the sole purpose of beating out Channel 4 and Channel 11 in the local news ratings race. It's an unfortunate conclusion that misses the mark by a mile. Now, given the loud public outcry that followed the lack of advanced warning preceding the devastating tornado that hit South Minneapolis and Roseville earlier this summer, the appropriate reaction would be praise for the station's changing and ongoing efforts to report weather news quickly and accurately. Instead, Mr. Gelfand damns KSTP with faint praise, stressing the promotional value of the Doppler technology and virtually ignoring the huge step forward that this new radar system represents in keeping the public informed about the nature and the scope of severe weather. Gelfand compounds his error by using KSTP Tornado Scoop as a launching pad for a general indictment of the weather news efforts of all three of the Twin Cities network affiliates. He criticizes the stations for devoting entirely too much time to weather news. He questions the necessity of using trained meteorologists and expanding the weather staffs. He carps about how Mike Fairborn, Dennis Feltgen, and Glenn Burns all resemble each other physically. He seems to be yearning for the good old days when buffoons and shapely ladies with no credibility and marginal training cavorted in front of weather maps wearing funny hats and low-cut blouses. Now, usually, M. Howard Gelfand writes perceptive and readable television commentary. A lot of people in this business think he's the best in town. He checks his sources, he gets his stories straight, and more often than not, scoops his competition. But he really missed the point in this article. The August 3rd tornado situation proved that Doppler radar is a lot more progress than it is promotion. And I'd be willing to bet that the next time M. Howard Gelfand sees dark clouds approaching, he'll tune to Channel 5 to find out whether his life and property may be in danger.
Well, now, you seem pretty steamed about that, Michael.
Well, there's a very good reason, Steve. I live in Roseville.
Oh, and they got hit very hard by that tornado.
Yeah.
Well, we certainly look forward to your comments in the future on Sunday Extra as our newspaper critic. Thanks a lot.
Good to be here.
Sunday Extra will be back in just a minute.
But you can feel it when you drive. Hi, I'm Lee Trevino for Bridgestone's new advanced technology super filler steel belted radial tires. You can't see the super filler of hard rubber here in the sidewall, but you can feel it when you drive. Bridgestone super filler means premium performance for starting, stopping, and cornering. Count on Bridgestone in super filler radials. Put them between you and the road. You can feel it when you drive.
Check the yellow pages for the Bridgestone dealer near you.
And Milwaukee are half a country apart. But to these guys, both places mean something great. Olvera Street means the best Mexican food in L.A. And Milwaukee means beer. Cold, crisp, old Milwaukee beer. And man, were they made for each other.
Whenever you think of the town of Milwaukee,
You think of beer.
and though Milwaukee tastes as great as its name.
It doesn't get any better than this.
Rattle, rattle, thunder, clatter, boom, boom, boom.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
One thing you don't have to worry about at a CarX muffler shop is the price. People call to see how much it costs and what they get for their money. And you'd be amazed how many of those callers become our customers. Of course, it could be my pleasant telephone boys.
Rattle, rattle, thunder, clatter, boom, boom, boom.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
2 weeks ago on Sunday Extra, Timid Video Theater told a tongue-in-cheek story about a junk sport called flamingo ball. Some callers didn't quite get the joke. One even thought it would encourage children to kick geese. But Susan Jane of Winona understood. You see, according to her, Winona is the flamingo capital of the upper Mississippi. She sent some photos to us to prove it. Hundreds of our pink friends all over that lovely river town. Sunday Extra appreciates all this and hereby awards Susan Jane and the entire town of Winona the first ever Sunday Extra Pink Flamingo Award. Now, we'll be handing out more of these puppies as the weeks go by. Well, that's it for tonight. Me and my friend gotta go. We'll see you next Sunday. Extra.
My daddy taught me two things about barbecues. Good meat on the grill, Kingsford charcoal in the grill. Dad depended on the Kingsford Edge to start fast. He wouldn't use any of those hard-to-start brands for all the steak in Texas. Kingsford's fast lighting ingredient helps edges catch quick, fire spread fast. Fact is, Kingsford lights faster than ordinary charcoal. That old guy sure knows Kingsford.
Who you calling old? It's my dad.
Great barbecues start faster with the Kingsford Edge.
Something grand is opening at Perkins. The new cheesesteak Grandwich. The new cold deli Grandwich. Introducing the Grandwiches, 2 grand sandwiches, plus our new third-pound all-beef burgers made in grand style. The Grandwiches, all 7, all new at Perkins.
You don't have to travel.
Can you believe it? They're still trying to compare themselves to Coca-Cola.